Do I remember everything that happened?
Long story short, we start with the chase scene. Chase happens with the three of us. So me, you, and Heath's character Tim on the wagon, and and Shithor on foot behind, and Angel sort of perpendicular to us.
I remember
parallel to us. As we're sort of fleeing. With a couple of mishaps and some pretty good checks, all things considered, we're able to get away from them.
No, but like we also have to actually have Heath record it too, right?
I'm recording already.
Oh, okay, keep going. I'm so sorry.
So then we meet up. And we decide that we're going to set out some traps, sort of go back and see if we're being tailed. Apricity makes it very clear to the group that she is out of gas. She can use her magic twice per day because she has 2 tails, and one was to pretend to piss on herself, and the other was to help escape. So they agree that should any confrontation happen, Apricity need not be a part of it. Which would be really cool and awesome if it didn't turn south really quickly. The people that we met on the way to the cultists, who we weren't sure if they were affiliated or not, one of them with a group of other cultists shows up. Fight ensues, things go bad. Angel kills a bunch of people pretty graphically. Tim can't hack it. And then we take a couple prisoners, non-lethal couple guys, and we're sitting there for questioning. I think I got everything.
Yeah. And we also got some magic items.
And that's the dream I wake from. Ta-da!
And then promptly forget.
And because Apricity needed to join the fight because people were in danger, she couldn't fight in her fox form. She had to fight in human form, which meant a couple of people saw the human version of Apricity.
Understood.
Okay, Binky, you can take your inspiration.
Despite her best attempts to hide behind the cute dragon lady.
Okay. Well. You're free to continue. There is I believe, an item pile in the...
Yeah, the bag. I suppose we put the item bag down and goes, looks like we've got a hall here we can all look at stuff for. Huh. So, Sending Stone. I take it that's one of the 2, assuming.
Correct.
We found it on the chick with the mask?
Yep.
Okay. That's good info. Well, this could be useful. Becky, you're up! Just imagine like a blanket of rats on her, trying to keep her warm.
What'd you say, Carly?
Well,
Can we unpause the game?
oh, yeah.
I had the strangest dream, and my head hurts. Ow.
Yeah, sorry about that thing. During the getaway, we hit a bump.
Get away. Oh, right! She'll, pick herself up and look out and just see bodies everywhere.
I think we ended it actually with Angel cleaning the bodies up. I don't know what he did with them exactly, though.
Yeah, he collected the bodies, and he's probably off over here, whistling to himself while he digs them into the ground.
Yeah, serial
Okay,
killer
so I don't-
allegations not gone away.
Okay, so I don't see them. I just see everyone looking a little beat up.
Well, you also see
Oh.
3 tied up people.
He looks at
Persidy
this.
and Thea look pretty fine. So does Tim actually.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
Only
yeah,
if
as far as everyone I could see, if I'm like right here, I'm guessing.
You just drag yourself on the mat, or I guess.
the wagon
hold on.
was here, I think. If
Yeah, you
were,
would've been
like,
up
it was,
here.
Like,
Okay, then from my point of view, everything's fine.
Actually, never mind. Angel probably doesn't have the energy, I think, to really do this. So I think he would just drag them into a bush and then leave them there.
The bears
So
will get them.
kind.
We have
Yeah.
owl bears to feed, damn it.
In fact, actually, Angel is going to lower his voice, and he's just going to whisper out to all the tiny wildlife that would enjoy a meal right now.
So is Pesto. Pesto is like nibbling.
Oh yeah, Pesto, I remember his I crave flesh.
Look over,
A
the rat
Persidy's
horde
ears-
just goes off and just goes over.
Persidy's ears twitch, try to ignore the call for tiny wildlife being a tiny wildlife. She like does the dog thing where she like paws at her ear, kind of frustrated.
And then Angel
So-
returns.
Oh, wow, you look really beat up.
Ah. Not too much. About as well as I could be. You look well rested.
Oh, yeah, I had a really long nap.
Good.
Why are these people tied up?
These were the people trying to capture us after we fled the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they caught up?
Well, we ambushed them.
Oh.
Also,
It was
be
either
careful
that
over.
or-
Just to be careful about over there. You got points to these X's. We dug some potholes, so just don't trip in them, please, Mickey.
Okay, I will make a note of that, and hopefully not forget. I'll probably forget. Anyway. Oh, she like takes out a little rag and dabs you down, Angel.
Angel is a lot of his armor and the just splotches of blood in different areas. Some on his face before kind of getting a little bit on his mask.
Binky, you're just spreading the blood.
I'm dabbing it. Dab, 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 dab.
Yeah, but it's gotta be a wet cloth, Binky.
I've got it. Here.
Oh, jeez, what happened? What happened?
More distressed.
He's gonna touch you. Very
Oh.
tired. And
Oh.
Ayo.
shut the fuck up.
Can you explain what his healing is like? I think I've asked this before.
Yes. I think I had said it. Where did I write it down? Somewhere.
I could have sworn it's like cauterization. lines.
It's like your wounds, all the wounds on your body feel like very hot for a moment as embers and smoke come off of your skin as the wounds start patching themselves back up.
His smile, close-lipped at Binky at first, at her somewhat futile attempts to clean up all that blood with one rag, turn into teeth at first. It almost doesn't even look like he's grimacing or anything in response, but his teeth go back in hiding once the effect is done, and he looks up at you and gives you an appreciative nod and thank you.
Let's get you cleaned up.
Oh, I can do that plenty fine myself.
Yeah, he calm. He just like takes out what looks like a hair dryer.
I think that's just gonna end up drying everything.
Don't worry, it'll also unsoil.
All right.
Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know who we got this. Okay, so next question is: I see picture of young girl. Whose body did we get that off of?
That is like one of the cultists. One of them who's dead.
That's what Tim was afraid of. Was this the one?
Was this the one that Shathur absolutely
which
exploded
cultist?
the head of?
Who
Like,
murdered
which
this
one?
cultist?
Where?
Who murdered who?
Was it Acilia's murder? Was it Angel's
one?
murder? Or was it Shatur's murder?
Which one?
There's 4 of them dead. Did someone kill 2? Alyssa killed 1.
Killed.
Shathur killed 1.
Angel
2.
killed at least 1, or did you kill 2?
I'm pretty sure I killed 2 and I knocked out her.
Yeah.
Angel 1, 2, Alyssa 3, Shathur 4.
There's
Oh,
a
wait,
child
actually-
in the body pile?
It's an angel.
No, sorry, incorrect. I messed up.
Hmm.
I knocked her out, I think, or somebody else did.
Yeah.
I think.
Or did wait? Did
I knocked
did
one out.
Apricity kill one,
I
or
nearly-
did?
Apricity did
I
not
think
kill one.
Or was it?
Or was it
Thea-
Thea? Like, did Thea
Thea-
get
I
one?
think
Thea
Thea-
might have got one.
I know for sure I didn't because I have non-lethal options, even with my magic.
No.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, fair.
Okay.
I can't remember if Thea killed one though. I think. 'Cause
Okay, no, I think I remember. I killed one.
You chopped the head off one for sure.
Yeah, I killed one.
let me ask
I crippled this one, and I think I knocked her out. Oh yeah, I remember. I got to have my lick back about playing a game, which is what she said.
I think Thea did kill one because she was doing ranged magic attacks, right?
She doesn't
Thea-
think she did. I just
Thea
asked
had a-
her.
I mean, regardless, it's Angel. Like the one would have been Angel regardless.
Yeah, what's that for?
Yeah, that's the body. So I found a picture of a young girl, and it's off the body you murdered. So, and how young is this young girl?
6, like around that age.
Oh God!
Does he show this to Angel?
You just see like the face of like horror and dread on his face. He's not hiding this. Oh fuck.
What's wrong, Shay?
So you might have made an orphan.
Huh?
Angel frowns in thought. What do you mean?
I found this in this guy's pocket.
He will look at it and take it, and he sort of frowns, and he kind of shakes his head and will hand it back over to you.
Yeah, oh, great.
Orphan,
don't-
you two legs usually have two parents?
Well, okay, half an orphan at best.
Either way, the child lost a parent.
Well, presumably, maybe it's just his niece. We don't know, or that maybe it was a creep. I don't know.
What are you guys talking about? We got them. They look like they're still breathing.
Yeah, the one I got this off of definitely wasn't breathing.
Oh no! What happened?
Well, his head.
Hey, Binky! I have some mud in my fur. Would you like to help me get it out?
Yeah, okay. She's like looks between Tim and her for a second, then quickly runs over.
Dingle, dingle.
Okay, so
Apricity will like hop up into Binky's lap to try and distract her.
Look-
She will comb her out.
Angela will just say, I'm not proud of it, but it was either this or whatever the hell they wanted to do to us.
that's fair. I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't self-defense. Though there was something the chick with the bucket on her head said that kind of made me a little worried.
Well,
Well, when I hit her with my whip, she kind of took it like it was a normal feeling. That could mean one of two things. Well, I guess three, but let's assume the third one is less likely. First, she's got a kink. No shame. Everyone's got a kink.
right.
The second, whips are generally used to, discipline the slavery people.
Right.
So, are we certain these people are cultists of their own free will?
I'm decently confident in that.
Okay. Let's hope that's the case. He looks over
She's
at
brushing, but she's still listening at all this, like looking confused.
By the way,
Let
those
me
other
put it this way. I personally, if I was fully invested in being forced to do anything above my own accord, I wouldn't take joy in it like she did.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. She's fucking loony.
If Binky starts paying too much attention to the conversation, Apricity will say, "Aren't I soft?" to try and distract her.
Am I not silky?
Can you roll me a persuasion for myself?
I'm not very good at this, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Wisdom save,
yeah.
Nikki? Or are you just gonna take it as a failure?
Yeah, I'm taking that as a fail. Yeah, real soft. Uh-huh. She's still kind of absentmindly petting and paying attention to the conversation.
It's the horrors of what's happening. In any case, we got 3 of them to question, so we should probably, get some info that we can.
Alright.
I also found this, and pulls out an amulet of unknown deity.
Don't suppose any of us recognize it, or if I do.
Can I see that?
Oh, sure. Just floats over to you.
You
can
can
I
make
a religion
anyone
check?
who wants to can make me a religion check.
Nice.
Apricity and Binky, neither of you recognize this symbol.
Oh, hot damn. That is one fucking rare symbol.
No, doesn't look familiar.
Well, I mean, we could make an assumption that it's the cult symbol.
Just glancing at it, do I recognize it at all?
You can roll me a religion check. Nope.
And that 20 wouldn't have been enough.
It could have. It depends on how Storm rolls. Not 20s.
True.
Unfortunate.
Okay, well, we'll assume it's just the cult. I mean, we could ask one of them. Hey, you! He looks over at the guy who surrendered and is obviously the most scared of us.
The one who's full health.
Yeah, because he gave up immediately when he's like, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
What's this?
I think that's the ones who can cast magic. That's the symbol that they use for casting.
I get that. I meant who? Like, do you? Is this your god?
Yeah.
Okay. What's his name? Or her name? Or its name?
He kind of looks towards the two unconscious. Well, the unconscious lady who with a bucket on her head, and the other one who's like
Near
heavily
death.
injured. I don't know if I'm privy to reveal that information. You should probably ask them.
Looks over at Angel, and I will use a message spell, and in Angel's head, you just hear, "Do you want to do the good cop, bad cop thing?"
I don't think you'll like my bad cop.
Yeah, sure I won't, but I bet you it'll be effective.
All right, I'll give it my best acting job.
Listen, pal. I mean, I mean, like, you obviously know who it is. I mean, why don't you just share it with us? You saw what that crazy SOB does. Do you really want to make him upset?
Did Angel do anything?
He just walks in front of him, and it's one of those situations where let me ad-lib it. I think what he'll do is walk over to him, and he'll just say, "Look, I don't necessarily want to hurt you, but, and remind me, we tied them up, right?
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
very well tied up.
Is he sitting or standing?
Sitting.
His short sword is going to plunge into his thigh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Just enough, like a single hit point of damage.
He dies.
So I'm gonna.
Okay.
He had one hit point. He was nothing
And
but a rat.
And here's the thing: he's gonna say, "So I'm only gonna hurt you once, and everything else that happens afterwards is gonna be this thing growing out of you." And that's when that extra 1d4 of psychic damage hits. A little bit extra, where from his leg, the sprawl of new growth coral begins to grow out from beneath the wound.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay.
Does he wet himself?
His eyes widen, and he looks at like the wound and kind of gasps in pain as the short sword plunges into his thigh.
He's just
and
he's just going to lean forward, and he just says, "Do you feel it? Sooner or later, you're gonna be the dead one, and this one's gonna be live and sprawling."
Erraticus.
He takes the sword out.
He's just like staring at the wound.
I'm gonna sit down a Persidy and quickly hurry over. Quickly try to find something to help stop the bleeding.
Oh, the bleeding's not going. There's coral blocking it.
Oh my god.
Could you take care of the coral? He talked.
Happily. He'll reach down and yank it out of him. It
Oh,
already
geez.
had a couple roots in.
He just screams out in pain.
Oh my god!
And he just has this pleased, the same shark tooth smile that he's had previously. You could swear that the eye holes are glowing just a little bit brighter.
The other cultist who's next to him kind of gives a huff. I didn't realize Sune's disciples were this brutal.
Who's supposed to? Who says we're what?
Sune.
Sune.
Who's that?
That is the demigoddess of the sea.
Yeah, Tindon doesn't know that.
Is that a common knowledge one?
You can roll a religion check.
Yeah, I guess I will too. Actually.
You
wow.
all three of you know.
Okay. Angel
It's fairly common
will
knowledge.
very quickly reach up with his short sword to be near this man's jugular, and he will just say, unless you're intended on asking it yourself, you might want to shut up.
Okay. He's gonna like try to push aside the handle of the sword you have by his neck, and just kind of hold out her arms as like a little like human blockade.
I think that's enough. He gets the point, alright?
Yeah, if he does it now, he'll get it soon.
He's been rather forthcoming, if a little hesitant.
Different guy, Binky.
Yeah, different guy. This is the guy who spoke up about Sume. And this is the guy that he was torturing.
Got it.
I think they've pretty much got the point of what's going on.
I don't think we should be torturing them for information.
His smile... Sorry. I cannot hear you suddenly, Storm. Or not
Sorry.
loudly.
I
You're fine.
pushed my mic a little bit away.
What'd she say?
I don't think we should be torturing them for information, please.
He'll tilt his head to where... It's interesting because, again, it's like, you know, from what you understand at least, he has human eyes, but he actually tilts his head much like a deer would, to where he's still mostly facing you from the side, more or less. In fact, I guess he hardly even needed to turn his head. And he just says, "This is hardly torture," and looking over at Binky, and for a moment, the hostility in his smile almost like too quickly shifts to companionable, and he just says, "Actually, the point is right here," and he'll give his short sword a little fun wave before he sheaths it.
Her usual smile does not return. It is still stuck.
God, yeah, it's like, okay, serial killer, way up on the probability levels.
And he goes ahead and is just... He'll look over back towards Dinky and is like... He gives him like a little, you know, after you gesture to continue with his line of questioning, and he will step back in when he needs to.
Look, okay, obviously this guy's crazy. Crazier than I would have ever imagined, to be honest. So, why don't we just do ourselves a favor, and you guys communicate with us, and we figure out what's going on here. Now,
Right.
you're obviously in a cult. I mean, you got the mask and everything. And we determined it's not the fun kind. So why don't we start easy? What's your name, pal? Let's get your name.
Who are you asking?
I'm asking the guy who's friendly. This guy seems like an asshole. We're gonna stick with the lower branch guy to start with.
Rennigan.
Well, nice to meet you, Redigan. Now, believe it or not, I did not want you have to kill you people. That wasn't what I was hoping. I was hoping we'd knock you all out and sort this out. Because, well, let's be honest. You guys are creating golem monsters to, from what we gather, attack people.
I was just doing as they asked.
That's fine. So how did you get stuck in this? I'm your friend, your pal, you can trust me. How'd you get in this tough situation?
Well, I... After kind of losing my family in the war, I didn't really have anywhere to go. So came across these folk and, well, they took me in, promising to bring ruin to the machinations of war, to stop the countless lives that were lost over all these years. Just something to end it.
So these people's promise to you was to end all war?
That's it, to end the current war that's been going on for centuries, I think.
I know. Just, how do you think they were planning on doing that, friend?
I don't know the exact details. I just followed and they were cordial. I didn't really have anywhere else to go.
Okay.
Tintin, do you mind if I ask a couple questions and you bring the charisma?
Sure, just tell me what you want me to ask him.
I'll link. You just do the charisma stuff.
Sure.
I'm sure it won't be weird that a fox is trying to communicate with them at all.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's in a totally normal mind frame and that's not gonna freak him out.
Apricity will gently link with him and sit down in front of him.
I know a little bit about losing everything you have, and it can be scary. Do you think that during this time you made wise decisions?
Is she talking directly to the
Talking
cultist?
to his head. Yeah, to this one.
Kind of looks around.
It's me, the little white fox at your feet.
Oh, this is weird.
I figured it would be.
I mean, to be fair, you have a bunch of trees and walking mud. How odd is this really?
My name is Apricity. Pleasure to meet you.
Rennigan.
I caught that.
Sorry, I was just confused by the fox talking to my head without moving its mouth.
If
What was your
required,
question?
You can marvel at me a moment longer. I am wonderful.
No, I just... What was your question again?
As
About
someone who has
losing...
also lost everything and met someone who helped me out of that situation, I can understand how vulnerable it feels. I can appreciate this. But when we feel vulnerable like that, we don't always make wise decisions. Looking at where you sit now, do you think you've made wise decisions to get you to this point?
I don't think so, considering the situation I'm in, but...
Did you
I don't
enjoy
know.
your time, other than obviously your current predicament?
I'd like to say I did.
What did you enjoy about it?
I don't know, just having people who just felt part of something. For times it was as if I found a new group to be with. A lot of us bonded over things we lost. Or,
Yes, and a sense of community and longing is important. But sometimes it leads us to make questionable decisions. Do you regret anything you've done? Any actions that you may have taken to harm other two-leg walkers? I get funny looks when I call you mortals, but I don't know what word to use.
I've never harmed anyone, at least human or humanoid. Um,
Are you
I've
aware
only
of Are you aware of the domino effect?
what does that mean?
Perhaps you may not have held a blade to anyone's throat, but do you think any of your actions have led to the harm of innocents? Perhaps one of those large golems you've unleashed killed somebody?
That's not really my doing. I guess I'm just doing as asked. I didn't really deal with the golems, I suppose. But I can understand if you want to blame me for part of that, considering I was working with this group.
We are not blaming you for anything. I know how easy it is to get wrapped up in the one thing you think you have left after you've lost everything. And I know that we don't always make good decisions when that happens. See that pretty little angel over there? For a long time, she was all I have, and I was an insufferable companion.
Did you just pee everywhere?
No, that was an illusion.
Oh, okay.
A little trick.
Right.
I have
Sorry.
gotten everything I wanted.
No, okay, great. Anyways, Dragon, sir, you seem like a nice fella who got down on kind of a rough path. Now, we don't want to hurt you anymore. And I do apologize for what happened. He kind of like glares a little bit at Angel. But
Angel smiles at him.
but the thing is,
I mean, you asked him to do that bit, so
he would have wished he doesn't know that. I said that was a message.
oh yeah, that's correct. That's correct. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, we're gonna just be nice and friendly here. So, let's be honest. Things got out of hand. And I don't want to have any more blood on my hand if we can avoid it. But we honestly can't let you guys just go around creating a bunch of golems and attacking people. So, to that end, we gotta kind of have to stop your whole cultist operation. Now, I doubt you know much, but did you know how these golems were made?
Perhaps we should wake the one in charge.
Shill's gonna be
Not
out
really.
for probably at least an hour or two. Let's relax with her.
I can heal her if we need to.
Yes, I know, but let's work our way up the chain. There's a reason we're doing it this way.
He shrugs.
I don't really know anything. It's a lot of us who, I don't know, joined the group are just kind of help with the cause, I suppose, and keeping guard and dealing with any of the, I guess, precise labor that needs to be done. Cooking, cleaning up the manor, all that sort of thing.
Then they took someone like you to hunt down a bunch of people?
Well, I can fight. I've been trained to fight.
Was he one of the ones that attacked Chither earlier, where they just could not get a single hit off?
He was
Yeah, I
also
think
the...
Yeah, I think. Sorry, where's this Storm? Or
You first, Storm.
I think he was firing shots that were missing.
yeah, like
Or
I don't
at
think he
least
hurt. I don't think he
dinking
hit a
off.
single person that entire fight.
He was like also hitting. If he was hitting Shatha, it was just dinking off the armor.
Yeah.
And then after Angel knocked out his one friend and came barreling up to him in front of his face is when he surrendered.
Yeah. Look, okay. That's good to know. But let's be honest, we're going to take you back with us. But we're going to give you... Storm, is there a version of the Geneva Convention in this universe?
No.
No.
Well, hold on. I need to double check. 'Cause it's just like the rules of law, like.
Yeah, well, that's
the-
what Geneva Convention is.
no,
Like, what are the rules to war in this universe?
Yeah. Yeah, there is. There's it's a little complicated.
Look, all I'm asking is there a basic thing on prisoner treatment?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're a prisoner, and we will follow whatever the Geneva Convention term is called. And, you'll be nice and safe as long as you don't try anything silly, okay? Well, make sure you're taken care of and fed and all that jazz.
Right.
Now, what's your commander's name here again? He points at Bucket Lady.
Miss Mulcahy.
Miss McCurry, okay. How do you spell that?
Yeah, I put it in general.
Thank you.
Hood.
Okay, so I take it
Yeah,
she
I'll put it on
is she your basically the military leader of this sort of thing?
Put in light terms, yeah, I guess.
And
I don't really.
Nope.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
and she's been there since the start with you guys?
She's been there one of the longest that I've known. She was there when I joined.
Okay. Do you know what her responsibilities and jobs were?
A lot of it was scouting out areas. She was fairly perceptive and quite good at keeping herself and others alive, so she would go with the scouting party and make sure things went well.
Got it. So she was the head scout and scavenger. Gotcha. Good to know. Anybody want to make insights on this guy?
Sure, I'll do it. Still staring at him.
Persidy's going up to Alyssa and saying,
This bores me. Would you like to pet me?
Sure.
I mean, I hope he's not lying after the show I just pulled off, but...
Alyssa seems very unnerved. She's like... It's like watching a train wreck. She's like trying to turn away, but also keep an eye on things at the same time, and she just doesn't know what to do. But
Yeah, what
you
a
coming
whose
up
fault
and
that is.
offering to
I'm being an
have her pet.
emotional support. I figured that
Yeah.
this would be unnerving. I'm being an emotional support fox. Is kind of the the vibe.
Vibe.
She's tried
Publicity.
to she's earned good girl points with me for trying to guard my secret with her life. So
I mean, from what you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Sounds fair. So the next thing, I won't RP this part, Storm, but for the sake of because we got 1d4 hours before she wakes up naturally. Hey,
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry for being late.
it's okay. You missed the.
I can't believe you.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything to me. You didn't
you enjoy
fucking tell
You
I
didn't
me.
literally
call. You didn't write.
I told Storm I'm gonna be late by
I'm-
like an hour, and he was like, "Oh, if it's
I'm-
not my game that you're playing, you're not allowed."
I'm joking.
You
Yeah, fuck you.
I said it was fine.
You paused the game again, Storm.
No, my bad.
No worries. Yeah, you also missed Angel going full-blown psycho crazy, so that's fun.
Again.
Again.
I
Oh,
told her,
man.
don't worry about it.
And now we're interrogating prisoners. But anyways, one thing I'm going to ask for Storm, and don't feel like we don't have to RP this, he's just going to try to get general information on the people he knew back at the base. Like names and like kind of personality quirks of some of the people in a very friendly, chatty sort of way.
Okay. Roll me. This is with the same guy you've been talking to, Ryan,
Yes.
right? Roll me a persuasion check.
25.
Is there anything specifically? You're just getting names. How do you...
Names, like personality trait. Basically, just so you know what I'm doing, I'm gaining info I can use that if I try to infiltrate, I can infiltrate.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. That's fine. You
Yeah.
have plenty of info just from, I guess, the kind of like the surface level information of like who's who, what their appearances are.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he's going for. He wants to get like descriptions, so if I have to sneak in there, I can pass myself off with a reasonable
He doesn't do
facsimile.
any detailed explanations, more like who's who.
Yeah, that's all he needs. Like, just enough that he can pass through. He won't like get through like interrogation techniques, but he shouldn't be too suspicious if we need to do some sort of infiltration sneaking in.
Yeah.
Now that's why you wanted to start with the small fry.
Okay.
Okay, so I got what I kind of needed from him. Looks over at, I guess we look over at the priest guy.
Yeah. Angel will look over at this guy and just, with a polite bow, he just says, "Thank you for your cooperation."
He just stares at you.
A smile.
He like
That's
rolls his tongue in his mouth. Just like around his like cheek but just continue staring at you.
Okay.
Look, what's your name, fella?
Stromus.
Well, Stramus, let's be honest here. I'm gonna be frank. You seem like you're a bit more higher up in this whole cult thing. I'm assuming this was yours. Like he holds up the holy symbol. Was this guy or one of the dead guys, or did I have two of them?
There's three of them total.
Okay, I take it then she had one as well.
Yeah. That's one of ours, yeah. Wrong voice. That's one of ours, yeah.
Yeah, so this was obviously one of yours, and again, nothing wrong with, you know, having your things. What is the deal with this god you guys are following? Because I'm not, like, an expert, but I sure as hell never heard of this guy.
Eradicus is, a god that you've all forgotten. Everyone.
Angel will just unsheath his blade, but he's not going to do anything with it, and he's just going to say, well, why don't you help us remember?
Roll me an intimidation check.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
I'm evil god from long ago. And that's, I guess you could say, his realm of influence isn't really available anymore.
Okay, what was that realm?
No, I'm saying he's dead.
So you guys are worshipping a dead god?
Yeah.
This is a question. Are dead gods a known thing? Like, is that something like we're aware of that happens in this universe?
Yes.
Okay.
It's... You could probably hear... Roll me a religion check, actually. Anyone who'd like to can roll me a religion check.
Oh.
I love how the literal angel has no clue.
You do...
He's like, well, I'm kind of like a god.
Sorry, sir, what were you
Okay,
saying?
well, we got that one out the way.
Angel and Apricity would know.
Oh, I didn't roll.
Tim rolled. I got the 16.
Oh, okay.
I was telling Storm. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, basically the two of you would know that dead gods do exist. Well, like, there's gods that can be slain. Generally, a lot of them are the dark gods that are killed from...
Like
you know,
ancient
all the bad
mythos.
stuff.
Yeah, like it's kind of like the Titans in Greek mythology.
Well, it's more so all the current pantheon, like the list that I've put up, are all the good gods or neutral gods that are generally benevolent to mortal kind. Anything else is behind the scenes and isn't really talked about because it's stuff that's really closed off and stuff like that. So it's not like there's not... Go ahead.
So just so I'm following. So it's basically they're the God, Jesus God, and the other gods are the devil that you're not supposed to worship or even know about, really.
Basically.
Okay. Is there any sort of like historical, like well-known, like religious moment where the gods warred and killed each other? Then?
Yes. That is before the current calendar. This is before the first cataclysm, which is the known era of the current, I guess, universe timeline thing. Essentially, generation. The recorded history before that point, a lot of it has been lost. But there was basically a fairly, I guess with also that religion role, a lot of gods fought before, like basically 2,600 years ago, before that, and that's what led rise to the current gods and demigods who currently are the pantheon
The current Pantheon, yeah.
of this. Yeah.
Okay, so do you know what his domain was before he kicked the bucket?
Destruction.
Destruction. He's gonna look over at Regan again and just look at him and goes, destruction! And kind of like gestures at the, this is the god that is supposed to bring peace. And then looks back at Stramus. Well,
Destruction of the, I guess, breaking down the war. That's what, that's what was.
well, you're right. If everyone's
believe
dead,
in.
we can't have any more war.
No, it's not if everyone's dead, it's just breaking down the concept of that war. That's, I guess, what I was told.
That is a leap of logic. Don't worry about it. It's okay, Regan. I get it. You were in a bad space. I understand. He kind of gives him like a grandfatherly hand pat, very happy. Like, don't worry, sonny. I get it. I understand. And just kind of like very reassuring. Looks back over at Stramus. So, do you know what your like grand plan here is? I'm assuming you're not using these golems for very benevolent purposes with a god of destruction in mind.
We were going to send them to the city of Empress's Port and cause some structural damage. Bit of a warning of what's to come.
Uh-huh. Any particular reason why that city in particular?
But now it was the closest.
Geographical convenience. Do I know anything about that city? Was that one of the cities I went to?
Let me pull up your map. Where's your player channel?
I went to a lot of cities, so...
Let me see. You went all the way up. I think you did, because I think you TP'd and then took the boat.
Yeah, I think that's what we... Because I took rather a scenic route to get where I was going, because I went from one end of the continent to the other, pretty much.
Yeah, because you went all the way up top, and
Yeah.
then you basically, yeah. So you've been to the Empress's Port.
So what do I know about it?
You would know that there is a monarchy there, where there is 3 monarchs that kind of govern over the city. You would know is the city of Protector ASMR. And you would also know that it is also the city of jewelry. A lot of the buildings are themed after jewels. A lot of the buildings have
Okay.
like various, yeah.
Yeah, so Tim probably robbed the place while he was there, so that's good to know. And knowing it's a Protector ASMR thing, he kind of like gives Thea a quick glance.
Apricity gives you a cautionary glare. She wants to be away from the torture. Let her be away.
That's fine. that just.
Was it? What was the city? Was it the one that we're from? Storm?
No.
Okay.
No, it is not.
I just missed the name.
It was Port.
Empress's
disassociating.
Port.
Empress's Port, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, so does it have any sort of like it's not like a what's the phrase I'm looking for? It's not a strategic port, right? Like it's not a war port.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
It's actually neutrally aligned.
Yeah, I was about to ask
Um,
what that was the next question.
Strategically, actually, it's fairly well guarded because it's kind of almost an island. And only the really accessible ways to get there is like two main roads across like cliffs, and like they're like bridges, making the gaps over,
So,
um,
is that the
between
the
the lands.
city in the center of the lake?
No,
Okay.
I'll show you.
Yeah, it might help.
Cause
Obviously, the map you gave me doesn't have the names on them.
so you guys are at that R, at the top left.
Yep, and the
Um,
port is the
and-
EMM.
EM, yeah.
EM, yeah.
And then LM is the cathedral. So you can see that it's like to basically attack the city. You kind of need to see.
Yeah, you have to literally cross a sea bridge. It's basically like the English Channel.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to attack an island of a neutral city as a warning.
No, we were just going to test to see how the golems worked in the city. And it was the closest, and that's where we were going to get results.
By destroying a bunch of buildings.
See what they could do. No. It's not my plan.
God, I hope not. No offense, you strike me as a more intelligent person than that. That's a terrible plan.
It wasn't my plan.
Yeah, I said I believe you. Just it is an awful plan. I mean, crossing the water, your mud guys would just fucking vanish, wouldn't they?
If they weren't going to cross the water, we were going to plant the seeds within the city.
Don't you only get 7 seeds a week?
We only needed to test them, and then we were going to change the staff. That's what he was working on.
I see. So, kind of like looks over. That's
Run
all.
on Empress's port was just going to be a test.
Surprised you didn't
That's
go
it.
after the cathedral.
There's way too many powerful people there that we'd get spotted.
Ah, I see. But the entire lockdown city. Jesus, just looks back. And okay, now I'm getting off topic. That's not important. Oh, we know what your plan was. That's useful. Kind of glad we stopped it. I quite like that city. Out of curiosity, how's Binky looking after all this?
Processing.
Just like a boot
Storm.
screen?
Storm, am I misremembering? But we're from a place close to Empress's Port, right? Like,
Where you guys are originally from?
yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm misremembering. Don't worry about me.
You guys are a whole region away. Like,
Okay. I don't know why, but the name activated neurons for some reason.
You from another port city?
Kinda.
Yeah, well, that might be it.
It sort of vaguely fits the vaguest description, not Vegas.
I mean, makes sense too. It was also an ASMR city, so, you know, I could... Well, okay. So, I got all the info I needed from Regan about the people. Oh, now we know the plan from Stramus. Anybody else got any questions?
Not really.
Have we heard who the name of the big honcho in charge of everything?
I
We
would have
met
gotten
him.
that for sure from Reagan, I'm sure.
Isn't that just the guy we met?
It is the guy you meant.
Presumably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kaviani.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the big boss.
He introduced himself as well.
He did.
Okay.
I don't know if he introduced himself as the big boss. He just introduced himself.
He introduced himself as kind of like, it seemed like he was the leader of everyone
Yeah.
there.
It's the impression we got, but it doesn't hurt to be certain.
Okay. Binky kind of turns to look at the three and just says,
So, following all these plans that you guys had, what was the overall goal in the end? Like, yes, I understand, trying to end the war.
The world.
But how exactly were you going to go about that? By taking down some neutral city and causing fear and panic and such?
Yeah, like I said, terrible plan.
We were gonna siege the capitals.
And do what?
Bring each nation's leaders to their senses.
So your goal was to build an army of golems to siege the nation's capitals to make them stop fighting each other.
Something
And-
like that.
And what? So they say, okay, we'll do that, and then you just let them go and believe it?
What do you mean?
Well, were you gonna murder them all? Because what happens if they had their fingers crossed?
Well, they certainly weren't going to hand out flower crowns.
Well, they'd be focused on that. I assume they'd pull whatever war effort out into focusing on protecting their homelands.
So you were gonna have to create, and let me guess here, hundreds of thousands of these things for that to be the case.
That's what we were gonna work on. It was only in the early stages.
And if you
I'm
lost
sorry.
control of them,
Dinky, are we getting to that point of the interrogation where we're lecturing them now?
different. You're right. You're correct. We're lecturing. We should be gathering info, but my God, these people.
I just think that we should maybe stay on topic.
You're right. It's not ours.
I still want to hear the answer to this, though. So,
Oh, by all means, step forward.
if, like I said, you go through with all this, assume it's all a success, and they do, take their troops out or whatever it is you're aiming for, then what?
Look, I don't know that much more. I'm not one of the leaders of the project.
He's just another lackey, Binky.
You gotta wake up Buckethead. And he gives her 2 knocks on the head.
Kills her.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is that all of this just seems to be a plan to hide an actual plan, Because in the end, once you've completed all this, if it goes according to plan, which it's a very silly plan, so I don't see it happening, but if it does, the afterwards is where the questions start to rise, because, they take their troops out. And then what? You got option A, you take your golems out because they listened, and in that case, they just send their troops back out because
I
what's to
don't
keep
know
them.
Why are you asking me these questions? I'm not the one making the fucking plans.
Well, yeah, but you're following
I'm-
the idiotic plan.
I don't
Yes, the
think
point
any of them are
point
thinking.
I'm trying to get at here is that it just sounds like you're happily going along with being manipulated.
Because I think the plan, if I was going to guess, then they don't, I'm not the deceiving sort of fella who lies to people. but to
If
me,
a fox could cough, a person coughing right now.
but it seems to me
Listen.
that you guys were fed a bunch of horse shit, and this guy's planning to conquer the world.
All I was told is I was promised a solution. A vengeance upon those who took my family from me.
I get that, but which side took your family? Or do you care?
Are you just looking to quench this vengeance by killing whomever?
Maybe.
Look, you see, I get it, man. Like, again, he takes his hand and does the grandfather pat thing.
Don't fucking touch me.
Listen, it's okay. Listen, I get it. I understand you're hurting. Pain. But you can't just take out all your aggression on other people. I mean,
Well,
all you
you
gotta
understand that you've lost people to the war? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, everybody has, honestly.
This reformation plan is moving on swimmingly, Dinky.
That's a blanket statement.
I know it's a blanket statement, but do you think murdering a bunch of people isn't going to cause the same pain you caused them? Like, who did you lose, son? Like, was it your family, your mother, your children?
Everyone.
Well, your plan's going to make a lot of other people lose everyone. And those golems went out in Empress City who, the port, right? Like, let's be honest. And they killed a bunch of people. Murdered a bunch of family children. You don't know what would have happened destroying buildings like that. They would have been just like you, and then they would have been seeking revenge on you. And then what happens? You go back, and then
Those
they
are the capital cities. All of them are complicit to this war. They
Oh!
engineered it.
Maybe the lords, but not the random people on the street.
Percy will take this opportunity and look to Alyssa and cut everyone off except for Alyssa and Thea and say, "This conversation has made me," and she thinks for a moment, "I think sad. I'm going to go seek comfort now. You've been wonderful. Your pets have been most appreciated." And then she'll stand in front of Thea and say, "I think I am sad now.
Uppies.
Could you return me to my bag?"
Of course, my little star game.
And she'll like do a little dog whine and just go to sleep.
In any
Would
case,
you like to take a little walk? They'll go do that.
that just
You
even
should go to the top
rockabye
left
baby.
of the map. Like, you should,
Yeah,
you should
just-
go,
Yeah, where the drops are. For
Yeah.
sure.
Where the
you go
Among
over
Us
here.
is?
Yeah,
let's,
over
go,
there.
let's go see the Among Us.
Oh,
Come on,
there's an
guys.
Among Us. I forgot about it. There
No,
he
let's go
is.
see the Among Us.
No guy among us.
What? No way!
Pat threw an Among Us last session.
What? Where is it?
Top left corner, Nikki.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm so mad.
I love this woman. She's perfect.
Cat, I was the only one who heard about this last week.
No, she told me.
yeah,
No.
I told you.
No, she didn't.
Oh.
I'm the only one who heard.
I thought what you both had was special.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Vicky actually wants to step in front of the person who's been talking and then just kind of looks at him for a long moment and asks,
We'll move.
All right. Big plan aside, I have a personal question then. Say you got this vengeance or whatever that you're looking for. Then what? What would you have done after?
He pauses and looks down. Roll me a persuasion check.
Can I give her advantage? Because I've also been talking about this.
Sure.
I'm doing what I can to help, Nikki.
I appreciate it.
Meh.
Is that -2 because of something else or because of your clothes?
No, it's because my stat is that bad.
Yeah, Nikki's
Oh,
just got a
fuck.
6 charisma. This is why we don't let Binky talk.
I see.
He just takes in a deep breath and doesn't say anything.
Okay. That's okay.
I'm going to try an insight. Does it look like he doesn't have an answer or he doesn't want to say?
Go ahead and roll me insight.
Dead average.
Hard to tell.
Okay. Think he's going to give a small sigh. Then throw her hand back and slap him across the face.
Snaps his neck. This man is
He
very badly injured.
roll me and strength check. He winces that and spits out blood. What was that for?
I don't know your family or your situation, but based off the fact that you cared about them so much, I assume they must have been good people. And I can only imagine how ashamed they must be of you right now.
Oh.
Think he's
He
gonna.
takes a deep inhale, exhale, and he hangs his head a little lower.
Think he's gonna walk away to go hop up on top of the cart and just hang there till everyone's done.
Dinner just kind of looks at him. Listen, she's right. I get it, but she's right. Look, we don't want to get anyone else in that group killed. It looks like most of you are just trying to heal pain. We want to help you get through this without anyone else having to die. Christ, I didn't want this to happen.
Who's Christ?
My nephew.
I think he's gone.
But, again, look, help us help you. Let's not get any more people hurt. And he would like to see if he can gain any more info based off the base with this guy.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Any sort of bonuses based off what we've been doing, or just flat?
Just flat.
Okay. 24.
A lot of us are just lost. And I think a lot of us are perhaps blinded by what. And he kind of gestures his head towards Linathe. A lot of them are truly planning.
I think you're right. I think there's a chance we can get away with this without having anybody else get hurt. And I appreciate your help. I can't help you with what you lost, and I can't get back those you unfortunately can't who you lost and the ones you love, but maybe it's time to start healing as opposed to start hating. And a good way to do that is to make sure no one else gets hurt and feels the same pain you did. But thank you.
He takes a deep breath and gives a very small nod.
He'll also ask, by the way, do you know anything about her specifically? Like, what's her deal?
I know she's hurting too. But she doesn't share too much detail with a lot of us. She shares enough, but I think a lot of us suspect that she's hiding her true intentions.
Do you know what the whole thing with the whip was with her?
No.
Okay, just curious. Her boss doesn't do anything kinky, right?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
On topic.
Maybe, maybe not. It really depends.
Angel doesn't think so.
Okay, well, I tell you what, you guys get up and we're going to put you in the cart to rest. Come on, follow me. Well, you guys get to rest. Then he'll take him to the cart.
Pinky's gonna move to the opposite side of the cart.
Just like arms crossed to pout. Is that what's happening, Nikki?
Not arms crossed pouting, just sitting, just kind of her legs tucked up to her chest, kind of staring at nothing.
You know, there's no way Tim wouldn't see that. He after he drops them off, he's just gonna sit next to Binky quickly. He goes, "You doing okay there, Binky?"
She takes a small breath and then offers him a small smile.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Just, you guys had to go through a lot while I was out, huh?
Yeah, kinda glad you didn't have to see all that, to be honest, Binky.
I got a feeling from the aftermath it wasn't great.
Yeah, it's, I've seen a lot of violence before, but it's always worse when you're in the middle of it. I was kind of hoping we didn't have to hurt anybody to do this.
She reaches out and lightly pats the top of his head.
When all this is said and done, let's take a nice quiet watch tonight. All right?
Yeah, I'd appreciate that, Binky. I really would. Well, we gotta wait for Buckethead to wake up still and get information out of one of their leaders. Get kinda glad we're stopping these nutcases at least.
She nods.
It is a good thing, but also I know how you are, so once everything's all said and done, just let the mask go, okay?
Yeah, I'll do that. You're the only person I really can, Nick Binky. You're the only person I really can.
She pats his shoulder and gives a small smile.
Almost done.
You also hear a squeak on Dinky's shoulder, or on Tim's shoulder. Okay, yes, Reggie, yes, you too, but you don't count. You're technically mentally linked to me, okay?
Oh, random thought, Heath. When Angel earlier called small critters to go ahead and feast up on these
Oh no, the
corpses,
rats
did any of
the rats fled off the cart and are now chewing on those corpses. That's what happened.
Got it. Okay. I imagine it's like it's a natural banquet of sorts. You have foxes, maybe some wild boars. They're just all sharing because there's actually enough.
Yeah.
It's a temporary truce among creatures.
Look at the
Do their
rats.
souls
Just-
still get to go to the afterlife where their bodies are chewed apart by a bunch of creatures?
Makes them
Yes.
much harder to resurrect.
That's true.
Pesto is swatting away at other small animals that are trying to take any hit of his part of food.
If he gets murked for that, I'm doing nothing to stop it. Angel, unless you guys were still talking.
I
Dinky
think
and
we're good. Go.
Dinky. Angel will just approach the likes of Alyssa and Shathor, and he will say, with sort of a slight smile, but something more tamed down for, being away from his work. He just says, "And how are you two doing?"
Alyssa's crying.
Oh no.
I am not surprised. She like, oh god, I murdered someone who was not a bad person.
Angel's smile will droop, and he will look over towards Shathur as well, see how that one's doing.
Shathur is kind of out of it. You can tell he had gotten I imagine they're both resting against the tree. He had tried to be a little bit close to Alyssa for comfort, but he's also not comforting her. He's just kind of sitting there brooding.
All right.
Kind of a distant look in his eyes.
I think then Angel will kind of tentatively reach a hand out for her shoulder.
She wipes away tears. And just kind of... She doesn't flinch. Just kind of sits there.
He'll just say, Hey.
Yeah.
What went down here? I personally think it really couldn't have been helped.
I'm just more torn up about the fact that there's just so much pain in the world, I suppose. That these people happened to form this group and are doing these things because of what's going on around the world, the people they've lost. And there's really only so much we can do. Can't save everyone.
It's because we're all lost. Everybody pretends to know the answers, but as far as I'm concerned, none of us are any different. Just lucky. Or unlucky. Depends on the day. I don't blame you. It's saddening that everything had to come to this, but really, I personally thought it was unavoidable.
I guess.
What did you think? Did you, especially with that leader, did you think they were going to stop?
I don't know. I don't know if they had the intention of killing us, but I mean, when they attacked Shatha, she only knocked him out. Seemingly. So, I don't know.
I've been in situations like that plenty of times before. You can only ever assume that people have the right intentions for you, but when they actually get your hands on you, anything and everything can happen from there. I feel much safer knowing that we were able to fight them off and keep ourselves safe, protected. And that's all you ever tried to do. You just wanted us to be safe.
Yeah. She wipes away more tears. I didn't mean to kill him.
I know you didn't. I think we all do. Go on. And he'll kind of lightly tug at her shoulder. Come on, we ought to maybe get you rest up a little. I know you're not exactly scraped, but it doesn't always have to be physical.
Yeah.
Maybe rest, get your mind off things. Yeah, I'll even... And he'll take out the book that he was given. Unless you already read this, then I suppose it'd be sort of pointless, but if you wanted to take a look...
No, I'm probably just gonna clean myself up. Thanks.
You should see Dinky, that glowing thing, whatever. It worked.
I think I'll just use my magic.
Fair point. And he'll give her 2 companionable pats on the shoulder.
She offers a sad smile and kind of begins walking away from just over here and just kind of sits on the ridge.
I just gotta say, I was fighting the urge so hard just not to have Tim walk up to him. So how you doing, killers?
Well, that would have made her feel great.
But like, it's just the time he's like, "Don't worry, I know you didn't mean to kill him. We all do. How's it going, killers?"
Yeah.
Uh.
Angel will turn over to
Iconic.
Shifter then.
Storm, question.
Mm.
The wounds he has, was he just knocked with the hilt of the blade? Was he actually slashed? What kind of injury did he get?
A lot of it was basically
Was it the whip?
it was the whip. So it was like kind of whip lashing marks, and then at the when you were fairly low, she went with the hilt of the whip.
Yeah. In that case, he's kind of just staring a little bit down at just a particular place on his arm where the whip had grazed him. And you do see where it had just dented a bit from where she'd hit him, and that dent has since filled up with the same kind of magma that's in his fingertips. And
Almost like
he's
he's
just
bleeding.
no, he's not bleeding.
Oh, okay.
It is like it is filled it up like a scab.
Ah, okay.
Like anywhere on his body that had dented had basically it's like it hadn't been dented, but it's filled up with magma like
Got
substance instead. He's just looking down at it.
Angel will just say, "Aye, that's a neat trick."
He ignores you.
He'll fold his arms and kind of shift in his stance, leaning more on one leg than the other, and he thinks outwardly. I wonder what your Thor is thinking. He's either thinking about his next upcoming contraption or how to fix the dents in his pretty little armor.
Would you leave it?
Or... His smile widens a little bit. If that's what you wish. But we're about to get moving, and unless you would like for us to leave
He
you
stands up.
alongside.
And just starts walking with the rest of the group.
We're not leaving. I don't know what he's talking about.
I know.
No. I'm just saying for the sake of lying, like, we're not actually moving anywhere, so...
I just...
He just thinks that we should regroup before when
Yeah.
whatever we decide to do, basically.
Yeah.
He stands up and heads to wherever the rest of the group is.
They're
We're
either
all
at the Among
scattered.
Us or the cat or at the wagon, so pick your pick.
Let's go to the Among Us.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
You will go to the wagon.
Why are they Among Us?
Oh my god. I would have fucking deleted.
No.
No, my masterpiece.
My
Anyways.
power.
Moving forward, are you guys waiting out for her to wake up?
Well, okay. Here's my thought. We're probably just gonna camp more or less where we are, because then we can head back. What time of day is it, Storm? Is a good question.
Or
It's like 4
PM.
p.m. So if we take our long rest in the next hour or two, are we allowed to, and thus we'd be able to hit their camp at night? Is what I'm asking. After a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim would suggest that to the party as an option. It's like, do we want to hit these guys at night, or do we want to hit them at the day?
Apricity is not taking part in any conversations.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
So the question is, we can because we got some healing magic left, so we can bring Buckethead up at any time. So if we bring her up now and interrogate her right away, we can then set up camp where we are, get our 8 hours in, and we can hit the enemy base at night, aka under the cover of darkness.
Darkness is fun.
Right? Or do we want to try hitting them at the daylight hours?
The more time goes by, the more I'm like, you rest and hitting them later is probably best.
Well, no, that's the thing. We can rest now, Judah, and get the full 8 hours, and then still hit them at night.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree with that part, or that part of the plan.
Okay, so we want to hit them at night.
Yeah.
Okay. Nikki, you got any opinion on that?
I love dark sight.
I know, that's the only issue. Two of the party members do not have dark vision.
Oh, can't see.
Y'all better get some lights.
On the plus side, neither one of them are the stealthy boys, so...
Yeah, I guess.
I don't need a light spell. I emit the light.
You
I
are
think-
the light.
I almost saw the light.
I think true. I think that the earlier we hit this, the better. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, well, it gives them less time to prepare, right? Second question is, I do have, like, Tim, and I won't do it in character just to save a bit of time. We have this sending stone. Based off those persuasion checks, I forgot to ask Storm, but I'm assuming I would have been able to determine this is a sending stone to their base for the sake of letting them know when they captured us, sort of thing. Like, would they haven't had any information on the sending stone, the guys we talked to?
No.
Okay. That's my assumption, though. Like, it's why you give someone a sending stone, is for, you know.
Neither of them know about it.
Second question, can I tell if it's been used today?
You can roll me an Arcana.
He will give it to Binky and ask her, can you tell me if this has been used today?
Okay. She will look it over.
Arcana check. Yeah, it has.
Let's see. Remnants of President there. And yeah, it looks like it has been.
Okay. So, they probably got the info that they were hunting us down. She obviously didn't use it during the combat, because it would have been kind of obvious that she could have used it with a bucket on her head, so it would have had to been before the fight.
Say that again? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we know that the stone was used today.
Uh-huh.
Meaning that it had to be used before the fight, because it couldn't have been used during the fight, because she had a bucket on her head for the entire fight.
Right.
Plus, it takes an action to use a sending stone. And if I'm not mistaken, you speak out loud. It's not a silent thing. Or am I wrong? I guess actually, I don't know how the sending stone
It just casts sending.
Cast sending, yeah. But it does require an action.
It does.
And an interaction with said items, and we didn't see them do that, so...
No.
Angel tried to spy out, but he didn't roll very well. Oh, did he? No, he didn't. He didn't roll very well, so they could have done it before they entered his range of detection.
Well, no, that's it. It happened before the fight, but all they know is they ran into us, but they don't got any info past that. But since sending can only work once, they cannot expect another message right away anyways.
Yes.
Right, so that works in our favor in that sense. I had a plan, but unfortunately I would have to wait till dawn to pull the plan off with the sending stone.
I see you.
Because as an actor, I am able to mimic anyone's voice I've heard talked for more than a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have pulled myself off as her using the sending stone, possibly.
Mm.
Or wait. Actually, I don't know how the hell that works.
Yeah, no, you are a class act mimic.
Yeah, I know that. I just meant the sending spell.
It's still words.
It is. But you know, the sender knows who sends the spell. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it was both ways or one way.
The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you. Ah.
Yeah, so it would recognize. So in other words, you cannot fake sending.
Nope.
I mean, who's to say that they know that, actually? Like, if your voice is good enough...
Well, no, they recognize you as the sender, aka it's like caller ID. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's caller ID. And again, I don't know if that works with the stone, per se, but...
Yeah. Probably a last resort, then.
Yeah.
Maybe. Mm.
Well, there's a second option. We have two guys who are friendly to us. We could have one of them possibly send the spell. But regardless, that's only if we'd have to wait a day for that, so don't worry about it.
They didn't know about the sending stone.
True. Well, yeah, but
it's also like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
True, but part of the lie is she went down, so they found the stone and are coming back with the prisoners, is what I'm kind of getting at. Like would be the scam.
I kind of don't want them to expect us, though.
No, that gets what I mean. We're not worried about that part of the spell. That's, like I say, that's what I was thinking if we use that route. I don't think we're going to use that route.
Well, what if you told them that they're still searching?
Yeah, something like that. Like the head person went down and they're still hunting, or they need further orders.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, but again, that doesn't matter because that can't be done till the next day. If we're striking at the night, doesn't matter. Right? Because it doesn't come back till the next dawn.
Mm-hmm.
But that's besides the point. So, we've got the Sending Stone. Don't worry about that. That's it's not active, so that's not important. I guess then the next thing... Tim would kind of... So, do we want to wake her up and then talk to her immediately then?
I kind of feel like we definitely should go at them during the day instead of like, waking her up now and then like sleeping. So I
What?
think we're good to just wait.
Well, she'll wake up within an hour to 1 to 4 hours. Like, we have no control when she wakes up. Otherwise,
Yeah, but I
right?
don't see why we don't just wait.
Well, because if we're taking the long rest...
Oh, okay. But are we going to long rest till the next day, or are we going at night?
We're going at night. We're going to long rest for the next 8 hours. Or 10
Yeah,
hours,
no,
so
what
we strike
what
at
I'm
2 in the
saying is
morning.
that we just talked about how we don't really have great dark vision across the board, and thus it might be a bit more like a
I
problem.
think we'll be okay. Because, again, like, it just... Again, we saw what they were made up of in there, right, Storm? Like, were they mostly... There was a bunch of humans in there, or were they all dark vision people? In fact, wasn't their leader human?
Their leader was human, correct.
Yeah, so we know they also have dark vision problems, right?
Yeah, and probably have ample amounts of light to help fill in things.
Plus, this is outside. Moonlight's a thing. This isn't pitch black like a cave.
That entirely depends on whether or not the moon is up currently.
True.
But no, okay. How does everybody else feel?
Sorry, Nikki.
I think I'm good. I'm lost, but I will just say I'm good.
Summary, Heath.
Summary is, we're going to talk to the bucket lady to get more info, and then we're going to hit the enemy at night sneaky style.
Okay.
That's the plan, I think. Does anybody else think that's good, or got a better idea?
So, sorry, I didn't catch. We aren't waking her up now?
No, we are going to wake her up now.
Okay.
Since we're going to long rest and get our stuff back anyway.
Yeah. So we'll wake her up, take our long rest to get any more info we can, and then we'll try to hit them at night. Originally, I was thinking I could do an infiltration move, but these guys are all human with us, right, Storm? Or humanoid. They're all medium-sized creatures.
Yeah.
Is any of them like 5 feet tall? Like short, but human? Like 5'1", 5'2" area?
I'll roll. No.
None of them. Okay. What is the shortest person?
5'6", 5'5".
Okay. I could still possibly pull this off with foot lifts. Because once we long rest, I can make a disguise self and pass myself off as one of them. How tall is the main chick, actually?
She's 5'8".
Okay, she's a little too tall. At least until I learn alter self and I can grow an extra foot.
I think a Pricity's human form is about that tall. I forgot how tall I said, but I think it was like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, she wears a helmet. So what we need is for Binky and Tim to do the fucking 2 halflings in a trench coat move.
And I'm
Anyways.
hurt still.
I know, but you'd be the bottom half.
And that will stop her from speaking how.
Exactly.
An invisible hand on her mouth the entire
An
time.
invisible hand that she can remove.
It's canon now. I'm putting it in my sheet. Pricity's human form is 5'7",
Okay.
so that I don't forget.
Hell yeah.
So you guys are killing her, interrogating.
Yeah, well, he'll interrogate her first, because depending on what we get, this could change things anyways.
Basically, as soon as we all agree on the plan, Chithur is just gonna say, well, you all have fun with that. And he is going to start walking off into the woods.
the Chef, where you going?
Apricity is also ensuring that Thea stays away, does not want to hear, does not want to see, and is shit talking.
They're fucking
Therapy
gone.
fox.
Yeah.
Angel will call out in an oh so sonorous voice. Hey, Golden Boy, you're the one that actually can heal her right now. None of us can do it.
It says when Alyssa's standing right next to you.
Turns around slowly. Wait. First, so she came along. I thought she was. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you're the only one who can heal. She's just like, like her entire shtick is, I can heal you if you get injured.
What am I, invisible?
Apparently to the whole party.
Apparently, yes.
I'm not gonna lie. The lack of a health bar makes me forget that she exists. In my head, she's no more than like any of the other NPCs that we have.
She needs a health bar.
I agree.
There we
go. Rescinded statement. I don't think Angel would have forgotten about that.
Cool.
You go brood.
How far like are we away, Thea? Like how far did we go?
You're at the Amogus, so you guys are 80 feet
Well,
away.
no, they would have kept fucking walking, and I don't think they would have actually gone that way
Okay.
because that's where the corpses are.
Yeah.
But the Amogus.
Yeah, they would have gone
we're
like.
probably like this way, maybe like back, like past where the cart is, just walking around talking.
But Amogus.
Apricity is talking about why she's sad.
Just
Dissecting feelings.
Tim just looks
Disgusting.
over at Binky's.
I
I
think they'll be
really hope
back
those
until,
owl
like,
bears
later
didn't follow
tonight.
us.
This is my last bit of healing, so let's not do anything drastic, please.
Looks over at actually before we heal, he looks over at Angel, please. I don't think torture's gonna work on this one. She seems to have a kink for it, so let's try not too let's try verbal intimidation this time, right?
Angel will just look at him and then tilt his head. And then shrug.
I have no idea if that means he's for or against it, but let's see. Go for it!
Why do you think I'd disagree?
I didn't. I said I don't know.
Okay. Let me put it this way. Why do you think Why don't you know? I'm cooperative.
That's fine. You just didn't give me a response. It seemed like clarified yes or no.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like you trust me much.
I mean, I'm just asking you not to stab a guy in the leg again.
Before you had told me the whole bad cop thing.
Yes, that you don't have to go straight to stabbing.
I only hit him a little bit.
That's true. But let's just say I don't think it'll work on this one. Like, I'm not denying the results. So you're right. You got good results. I'm just a little squeamish with the blood, okay? It's a me thing.
Okay. Well, when she ends up being a bit tight-lipped, I will pat her companionably on the shoulder then.
Then look, if it's absolutely necessary, we'll see what we can do. But
Right.
if this let's try it before. Let's leave that as plan B at least, okay?
I only ever do things that are necessary.
I believe you. Image of him decapitating the man just crossing his mind.
That was fully necessary to him.
I. Hey, yeah, no. Tim believes he believes that, and that only makes him worry more.
Oh, Angel will give a gesture in the direction of Buckethead.
I love how we haven't removed the bucket, too.
I mean, I think that's going to take a lot longer than the hour.
I know. We're not going to either. There's no reason to remove the bucket. She can hear us. In fact, she's less dangerous this way.
Well, to be honest, if it's covering her ear line, or her eye line, it's probably also kind of covering a bit of her ear line, too.
Oh, yeah, she won't hear easily, but she can hear. We established that earlier.
Okay.
Because if she was deaf during the fight, she couldn't have found anybody.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So she's healing?
Yes.
Yes.
Tim's just like, no, you heal, man.
She comes to. Fuck. No. Hello?
Aye.
Oh, shit. You know, I just realized what we could have done. Nah, never mind. That probably wouldn't work anyways. We could have probably pretended to be one of her two I could have pretended to be one of her two companions.
You haven't spoken yet.
I know. Tim will gotta go in his best impersonation of Renegon's voice. Morakiri, are you alright? Miss
I have
Morakiri?
a bucket on my head, and I'm tied up.
Yes, the enemy just took us out. I tried to remove the bucket, but I couldn't get it off your head. It seems to be stuck. And I'm kind of tied up next to you. They kind of knocked us out.
Okay.
They seem to be at their wagon discussing plans. By the way, do I need to make a performance check to pull this off, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Performance or deception?
It is performance.
Yeah.
I do get advantage because this is definitely a disguise.
You get advantage on either, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I want to have expertise. The other I only have. That's why I'm asking. It does make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dirty 20. I hope that passes.
This is when we find out that she's actually Daredevil and knows everything that is going on.
I'm hoping she has disadvantage due to the bucket on her head.
Daredevil wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay. The enemy seems to be just talking about what's going on right now. What are we gonna do?
I mean, can you get out of your restraints?
And Timpton's just gonna try to he's just gonna start flopping on the ground, kind of making the sound of moving about. I think no, I don't think so.
Angel gives him a thumbs up.
She kind of tests the rope on her ties, and no, I can't get out of mine either.
Do you think that... What was the head guy's name again? Sorry?
Kaviani.
Do you think Master Caviani's going to send reinforcements to get us out of this?
I don't know.
How's the interrogation going, guys?
Oh God! Oh God! Looks like they're breaking the limbs of Stramus. Oh God! Jesus Christ! What they're doing to him? Jesus!
Angel is going to get up and he's going to very quickly. He's going to straight up sprint at Binky.
Just tackle her.
And boom.
Oh God! Like, oh, these are just Christ Almighty! God, I think I'm gonna be sick. Do I need to make a deception check?
Yeah.
23.
Okay.
Thank Christ, I'm
That's
so
such a
good with these stats.
Angel's gonna whisper in Binky's ear, and he's just gonna say, "As annoying as this is, I'm gonna kind of miss this curse."
You know, it's a very terrifying imagery of just Angel beelining, super jogging straight towards it.
Yeah, easily more than twice her size.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, back to our interrogation moves. Oh God. Oh Jesus, the stuff.
Have they interrogated you?
Not yet, man. They just hauled off Stramus and started talking to him. I think they thought they'd start with the people who were, you know, more important. And you hadn't woken up yet, ma'am.
Okay.
Maybe you should pretend not to be up so they don't come after you.
Hmm.
At that moment, Tim will look over at I don't have to look over. I have the capability of communicating without speaking. Tim will message Angel and go, "Okay, now's the time to come in to do your interrogation on her. Hand Binky over to Alyssa so she doesn't talk."
Alright. Alyssa, sweetie, can you come here?
Sure.
Hold this.
Take her off my hands. Careful. She's prone to kicking. Sure you are.
These guys
And,
are
he-
freaks, miss. They're freaks. God damn it. Oh, Christ.
And Angel will go ahead and stomp on over, and he's just like, "All right.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm the one who beat you in that game that you had mentioned we were playing."
Right. You mind taking this bucket off my head?
I don't think anything that any of us could do is going to take that thing off of you for a while, sure. But you can always pretend it's off.
He
So,
doesn't say anything.
This is one of those weird instances. Oh no, I'm in the hot seat. Interrogation. What?
You know,
What have we actually asked that we don't already know? I know that asking the same questions is also valuable.
Yeah, because we might get different
Like,
answers, but the other stuff we might need to know. We would have went over this before the talk, so that's fair. Things like Tim would have told you what we tried to information we would have tried to get a hold of would have been things like, Tim got some of it with like, are we expecting more trouble right away with a backup team? do they have more than one staff? Which I'm assuming the other two didn't know with surety, right, Storm?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think they would know for surety, but she's a higher up, so she'd have that kind of info. Maybe more details on the plan, if you can get it. Because we got the vague idea, and to be honest, Tim wouldn't be mind to find what's her stake in all this, but something you can do. But with that being said, Tim's gonna help you with the aspect of the torture by once again message you. It just goes. He messages you into your head. He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna pretend that you're gonna be torturing me. Just play along with it."
Angel looks over at him and smiles and nods. And Angel will go ahead, and I don't know where my token went.
I think, are you on the Binky?
You might
I
no
see.
no yeah.
It was under Binky.
Binky flattened me.
Teehee.
She was prone to kicking.
It's the cake.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Angel is just going to go ahead and pull out his sword so she can hear it.
Oh God! Please, wait, what are you gonna do with that? Not my finger, please! And then I'm gonna
It
cast
only hurt a
Minor
little bit.
Illusion, and I'm gonna make the sound of snapping bones. And Tim's just gonna let out a scream of pain, like ah!
Okay.
Angel is just going to, as Tim lets off these screams, he's just going to say something to the amount of, I don't want your voice going out. There's a lot more where this comes from. I want to hear all of it.
How about we drop the act?
Oh.
You can get whatever information you want without trickery. Don't you?
Damn, she rolled high insights.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if Angel's gonna double down into it and is just like trickery. Tell me, does this feel like a trick? And he's going to go for another quote unquote thing to see if he can give Tim another go, or if she's completely done with the illusion.
So he goes in for another scream. It will Minor Illusion again, I guess, with another fucking spell of pain, of sounds of snappings.
Yeah.
Roll me a deception check.
Does he get advantage?
No. Well, this is Dinky.
Oh, me. Okay, you didn't say who, so.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I help?
Do you have? Yeah, you have proficiency, don't you?
In deception, yeah.
It's not gonna. I mean,
Okay, I
it's
can roll
still
it. I
gonna
can
be
roll it. Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, I'm just asking. It's fine.
Help wouldn't help in this situation.
Okay.
Oof. Well,
Just
I fucked that one up.
Ooh.
What she rolled.
Do you still have inspiration? Fuck.
I do, but it's probably not worth it at this point.
That's valid.
We
Like I said, you can drop the act.
fair enough. I mean, man, I've been like she obviously been rolling hot because she fucking been 23s and 20s.
He just, after I think he himself ascertains that the act has been dropped, he just says, he just gets like, lets out a little huff of a breath and is just, well played, Buckethead. dink, dink on top of the head.
Could do without that.
You'll do with whatever we want until we get what we need. So, and he'll look over towards Tim if he wants to continue the questioning.
Well, fine. Why don't we be all frank then? Why?
You're so sorry. You're so good for going from one fake voice to another fake voice. Like that's so funny to me.
It's a good thing too, considering that's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Look, okay, let's be honest here. Your whole shtick here is you are after us. We know your whole cult dealy. So, we got a couple questions. First off, why the heck are you trying to take over the world?
Take over the world.
You're sending entire
Exactly.
golem armies to fucking topple governments. What would you call it?
I wouldn't really call that taking over the world. I'd call it resetting the status quo.
Ah, yeah, viva la revolution sort of thing, eh?
Something like that.
So you just gotta, like, murder all the government, hope everything works out, and your guy on top isn't planning on taking over, right? Yeah, you see, he's obviously 100% just totally going to let this giant army of killer fucking... You'd say robots, but I guess golems just fucking, you know, he's just gonna let everybody rule themselves, right? This is totally altruistic.
Nah, Dinky. This isn't conquest. This is liberation. Yeah.
This isn't conquest, and you know nothing of our cause.
You're right. Mostly 'cause your cause sounds like it was drawn up by a kid with the crayons.
No, this is destruction.
Okay, so world destruction versus world conquest. I'm not sure which is worse at that point.
This is breaking down everything that everyone has decided to inflict us all with.
Enlighten us. What have they inflicted on you?
Oh, these rulers, these leaders.
No. I'm saying what specifically?
Me? Specifically, or us?
People don't just turn out the way that you are, Cher. Tell me, what was it? Did mommy not love you enough?
No. I was a slave. I was tortured, beaten, used as a tool.
Just
When I escaped... Go ahead.
I was just a reminder, which nation uses slavery, or is it both?
It's, like... The way the Chimerans use... It's not like proper slavery, it's like... What they use, is essentially, kind
Indentured
of like
servitude?
magical...
No.
It's using, mind control magic. That's what the Chimerans use, but it's not for common folk. It's for people during the war. This is for mages, this is for... Essentially, it's like, oh, these mages are basically destroying, firebombing cities, towns, whatever. Let's control them and use them against their own nation. Both nations have a bit of slavery in them. It's kind of unavoidable. But it really depends where. It's not like...
It's not a nationwide thing, it's more like
It's
regional?
not a nationwide thing. It's regional, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking like America, North and South difference. Half the country might not be for it, but the other half is okay, but they're not going to war over it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
Okay,
Like, even within the two nations themselves, there's, like, paradigm shifts of what they believe in and what, like, whether or not they should do things by brute force, or whether or not they should try and be, like, more,
Okay.
nicer in the way they
Diplomatic.
handle the war. Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking because
So-
I was trying to gauge which side of the war she was on, but if both sides do it, then that's not a help.
Angel will respond. Oh, tough break. So what, you getting back at everyone? Deciding that enough is enough and that it's time for everything to burn down?
More or less.
Fantastic plan. And how about everyone that was just like you?
She shrugs.
Oh, you don't care.
What's left is what's left. That's destruction. It's indiscriminate. I assume you already spoke to the other two, considering they were awake before me.
You could say that.
A lot of them don't know anything about our true cause.
I
A lot of
gather.
them were roped into, well, getting back at a system that has left everything in shambles. We simply funneled their hatred towards our goals. That's all.
So your whole idea is just burn it all down and let the gods sort it out.
No, not the gods. They're complicit.
Yeah, I don't actually disagree with you there, but what do you think's gonna happen?
She shrugs. Hasn't happened before. At least, not for a very long time.
Yeah, and then we got right back here when it did happen. Like, you don't really seem to get how the cyclical nature of this works, right? Destroying it all might seem like the best bet, but you're just gonna wind up right back here really soon after a really rough time. Like, I get tearing it down if you want to build something better, but you just want to tear it down and say, fuck it.
Is that not obvious? I'm not trying to convince you of anything else.
I notice you're not, which I appreciate. I mean, I'm all for pure, brutal honesty.
I'm curious. What about at the end of all this?
Well,
Is everything going to be destroyed, or are you and whoever you serve going to be the new kings and
don't
queens
know.
of the place?
that wasn't the plan.
That you know
When
of.
we mean destroy, well, I suppose I don't know what their plans are. I just know that's what I wanted.
Exactly. I mean, you sound just like the other two, except just a different thing. One said it was to end the war, make everything better. One guy wants revenge for his family, and that's all that matters. You just want to burn the whole world down. The other motherfucker wants an immortal army of goddamn golems he wants to control. If you just want to destroy things, dummy, you just build the golems and let them loose. Why control them if you're not planning to conquer the world? Like, random destruction doesn't require planning. Sorry, this is like... Sorry. Oh.
You're ranting to air here.
Yeah, I get it.
No, we're ranting the bucket, and he's gonna knock her again.
Funny.
I know, I'm hilarious.
Oh, well. So, we've got ourselves someone who is rather blindly, literally in this case, dedicated to a cause that seems more about mutual destruction than anything.
Well, that's what she wants. I mean, I still think the other asshole's proud to conquer the world. He just found a bunch of rubes who are willing to let him try.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah,
gnome's
that's
name again?
Bagel Boggin.
Bagelboggin? What about Bagelboggin? Does he know all this crazy shit? Is he just down to destroy the world, or he's just some schmuck you hired?
Well, he doesn't know much to begin with, but
Oh, fair enough, but I mean, you get what you pay for, I suppose.
No, that's the funny thing with Bagel Boggin. He's not part of what we have. He just gave us a solution. I guess he was curious on what we had and what he had, and seeing if he could combine the two to make something different.
well, it's a shame that we took all of your seeds and the staff. Then, guess it kind of puts a real big damper on your plan. And he's saying this specifically to see if she reacts like, "Yeah, I'll let you keep on believing that."
She shrugs.
That's what I want to
Sure.
insight.
Roll me an insight check.
Fuck.
Oof.
I mean, she has a bucket on her head. You can't read it.
Well,
Smacks the bucket one more time with the staff.
Well,
No,
I-
I don't have the staff.
I know one thing for certain. We're definitely not gonna let you guys just blow up the planet. I kinda like it here. My shit's here.
I mean, I figured you would. I know what I'm doing is not.
Sane?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, actually. But, well, I have nothing left.
God,
So I believe in the one thing that offers me solace.
Nihilism.
I suppose you could chalk it up to that.
I mean, it's kind of the definition at this point. Well,
Go just do what anybody else does. Just take out everybody else with you. I can respect that.
That was the old dogma.
yeah, well, that explains the whole God of Destruction pendant worshipping.
But, well, you're all here and I'm stuck like this, so not really much I can do.
Yeah, it's just a shame good people had to die because of your fucking madness.
Well, that's what happens.
No, Cat, I
And
am
just to
not
make sure that
destroying the
we-
world again.
And just to make sure, for the
Man.
record here. Yeah, just to make sure for the record here, if we ask really, really nicely to ask you to stop all of this, will you listen?
Do I have a choice?
Suppose you do. I just don't think you'll live very long for you to see it through.
I mean, I can say yes, and who knows what will happen. Whether or not you let me live on that answer is up to you.
If you say yes,
My-
I'm gonna keep knocking on your helmet.
As in,
He's saying this with a joking smile for the record. She can't see it, but he's having fun. let's say.
I was saying yes, I'll stop if that appeases you, but how can you trust my word?
I mean, obviously we can't trust your word. That's insane.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's be
Exactly.
honest. We'll take you to the local constabulary and see what they think about it.
I honestly just wanted to see how much you were going to sell it, but seeing as you're so unfun that you'd rather not even lie is...
I mean, she's obviously suicidal.
What's
Worse
the
than
point of
suicidal.
lying?
Inconsiderate.
Sorry, what's the point of lying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Have some...
That's what she was saying.
No. Angel's going to say, I don't know, have fun with it. Something.
Have some fun being a prisoner, being interrogated. Sure.
Yeah. I'm sure you've had experience, right? He's doing this to piss her off very specifically.
Yeah.
Hello? Yoo-hoo!
He doesn't say anything.
Earth the Buckethead. Knock, knock, knock.
Oh boy. Look, I think we got the info. We're gonna get out of her.
Yeah.
Paradigm of righteousness you are.
Oh god, nobody
Locking
ever claimed
someone else
that.
for-
I pray every single day, every single night.
You can do what you want.
Yeah. Knocks one more time and he gets up.
You know, just because I can't help but imagine this is what would happen, Reggie's going to start squeaking, and the only people that understand this are Tim, and now Angel, because he also has this ability. So Angel can react to this point where Reggie goes, you see, I told you things would be better if I was in charge.
He nods in agreement to the rats.
Yeah, we have this discussion every night, Reggie. Do you think we can gather the others to figure out what we're doing? We should probably rest up and get ready.
Oh, yeah. So...
Oh, you can let
convince
go
you
of
to
Binky
tell
now,
us-
by the way.
Angel is just going to ask, oh, and they aren't going to keep on sending more people, right? I know you don't really care about any of these, compatriots of yours, but I imagine you don't want them all to die, right?
No, they're not going to send any more.
Whew. Unfun and no friends. Oof. And he just stands up and walks away.
Alicia puts Binky down.
Alyssa walks up. Does everyone leave?
Well, no, we're staying in the area still.
Yeah, but how far do you stay next to?
Well,
Renathan?
pretty close, since I'm imagining she's still possibly trying to get out of her restraints.
I'll say Angel will probably watch her if no one else is.
Alyssa's gonna walk up. And she'll kind of squat down and look over towards her. I'm sorry if my companion was a little harsh. I can't possibly know what you were going through, but I'm sorry that whatever happened led you to be like this. She'll respond. When I was in need, the world failed me. The gods failed me. I decided to look upon a dead one. Right. Well, I feel like it's never too late to change. What's there to change? Alyssa will look sadly at Linethe and stand back up and walk away.
Tim just walks up to Angel real quick. Angel?
Yeah.
Do you mind finding the others since the tracking skills you have? I'm probably pretty useless doing that.
Finding the others? The
You know, the
Sure.
other companions that decided to wander into the woods?
Oh, right. And he just kind of stills his head at first, and then kind of tilts his head in Shither's direction, and he'll just walk and look for him. I imagine not spending too much time to... Oh, depends. How far did Shither go when he walked off? Or is he really just kind of not too far away?
I'd say he walked like half a mile.
Okay. Yeah, Angel will go ahead and walk that half a mile, or if anything, actually, I think he'll jog.
Good for him.
So true. Gotta get his steps in.
How long did this take, time-wise? Like, this entire thing?
The, like, interrogating Linethe or the whole...
Yes.
40 minutes
about
by
half an
judging by
hour.
the... Yeah, about half an hour, 40 minutes, yeah.
Uh... Eventually, it's not hard to find him once you get close, as there is, a fair amount of smoke billowing up, like, above the trees. Nothing, like, crazy.
He climbed
As
in the tree?
you...
He climbed in the tree?
No, like, you can see smoke rising in the distance.
Oh.
As you make your way to just a little clearing, where it appears Shathar has somehow been able to make a forge out of a campfire, kind of finding things to protect the fire, as it is very concentrated. His back is turned towards you. He's not really paying attention, as his entire shoulder, where that mark was, is melted off. It is not currently there. Exposing kind of just magma underneath, as it appears he has blacksmithing tools out, as you can... another reason you could find him easily is you could hear the sound of hammer hitting metal, as he appears to be fashioning himself a new one.
Hey. We're done with everything if you wanted to head back whenever you're done with whatever that is.
Busy.
Okay. Well, you already know where to find us. Angel sits there for a moment, thinking. And I think he's going to walk back when he's within... Actually, I forget how familiars work. I know I can't communicate with them, but commands are also out of the question.
Is this to me? What do you
Oh
asking?
yeah, that's to you. I don't know how. I don't really know how familiars work. Basically, he was going to go. Angel was going to go and get. Was going to go ahead and get Pesto, so Pesto could more or less stay near where Shathor was in his
Or
stead.
you can bamf Shatha, not Shatha, your
So true.
familiar
Bam's
back to you, and then just
Shathor's a-
plant him on Shatha.
Be a very unhappy thing if you just teleported Shathar away from the forge while he's missing his fucking equivalent of his fucking skin right now.
Yeah, we shouldn't have taken off Bozo. I'm kidding. But let's see. Yeah.
Listen, you
if
tried
that's-
degloving yourself, okay?
Smiles. Angel will. Yeah. So I can just kind of do that because I know I can't cast rituals, so I don't know if.
You can bamf your familiar in and out at will. It's just if you want your familiar to have a new form, you have to recast.
Oh, okay. Angel will summon. Angel will summon Pesto. He reaches out a hand, and the water droplets just begin to collect in a ball before Pesto pops out of it, presumably holding a small extremity of some sort.
Kind of fucked up you're putting the water-based creature near an active forge.
Oh, I feel so torn up about it. Angel is just going to mentally communicate to Pesto, and is just, you got your fill.
I did.
Good. Now sit here with a full stomach, and accompany Shathor when he finally gets back. Let me know if something happens. Something dangerous happens to him.
I see 5 dragons.
Okay. Let me put it this way. You will let me know if something dangerous happens, and if I come there and Shathor hasn't taken it out already, and nothing is there, I will have deep enjoyment removing every single one of your tentacles. If you disappear, I will bring you back and do it again. Do you understand?
He just gives a annoyed little squiggle sound, little octopus sound.
Was Angel being like quiet about this, or like is he trying to hide the fact that he's bringing Pesto there, or?
He brought Pesto there, but that entire conversation was entirely mental.
Was there any like Shathur's back is turned towards you? Is there any sound cue that would have alerted him to it?
It's a vocal somatic and material spell, so no. Yes, he would notice. I guess he wouldn't notice what I'm doing, but yeah. Unless you've memorized what I do when it comes to any familiar spell.
I don't think you've ever bamfed.
I don't think he's done that.
Yeah. But I guess I'm wondering if you're trying to do that under your breath or just like not at all hiding. Okay. Just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Continue.
And no, Angel at seeing his descent, or agreeance, reluctant agreeance, Angel will just smile and he will go ahead and walk off. Oh, and actually, before he does, though, he's just gonna say mentally, "Oh, and be careful being too close to that one. He seems really prickly."
In the event of moving things forward,
Yes.
what are y'all doing? You guys are resting?
Yes,
Long
I
resting?
think that's all we're doing unless anybody's got something.
Long resting and then leaving? Okay. You can divvy up the loot however you want. There's also a potty sheet, so if you wanted to put things just in the collective potty inventory, you can put that there as well.
Just as a note, Apricity is not talking to anyone except for Thea, even when directly addressed.
Okay.
Good to note. I'll take the... Okay, I guess we'll divvy up loot quick, guys. I'll take the whip, since, you know, I'm the one that uses it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then you should be able to just...
Yeah, I know.
Take,
Click on
yeah.
the word take. That's what I did.
Cool.
I'll also take a short bow. And I will take 20 arrows.
Can I have 10 of them shits?
Where is all this?
You see that bag up here, Nikki?
Mm-hmm.
Double click on it while you're next
Double-click
to
it.
it. You gotta be next to it, though.
Oh.
Okay, I'll leave you 10 arrows behind, Judah.
Thank you.
Hey, there's 10 arrows left for you.
Yeah.
I'd say with the gold, we'll just put that in the party loot for now, and we'll divvy it all up at the end when we get everything.
I'll chuck it in there.
Because we'll probably get
Any-
more after the...
Anyone in particular taking the sending stone?
Well, it's only half a sending stone, Nikki, so... It's completely worthless unless we get the other half.
I know.
Dev!
I'd assume
taking?
Timothy was gonna.
Binky is not allowed to have the sending stone!
Damn it!
No!
Guys, we're coming to you! We're letting you know!
Hey guys,
we're
how's
dropping
it
by.
going? No, Binky
Coming
does
from-
not get the sending stone. Tim takes the fucking sending stone.
We're coming
As soon
from
as
the-
Binky looks at it, like that motherfucking curse is looking at... No!
Coming from the southeast, we would love to have as many of your friends armed as possible at the gate. Love you, bye.
30 minutes
Toodles.
away.
I'm mad you guys caught that so fast.
Oh no, as soon as you asked for it, like, no. I mean, luckily, we're gonna move before the thing would be active again, but I ain't taking that risk.
Put all your traps. I'm gonna lead everyone there. We're gonna have a fun time.
Anything else? Though?
I mean, like,
Are you
well, we don't take those in the party loot, so...
I'm just gonna take an additional water skin.
I'm gonna take one of the ropes. And a water skin. And a torch.
I think I had already said I took, unless someone else complained, the breastplate, but I'm not sure if that was agreed upon.
No,
I mean,
no,
the only
you
other
can have
person
it.
that could use it is Binky, but it's not super important at this point.
Too big
Nah,
for
you'd
I mean,
be-
the rest of the metal's
Yeah, it's
fine,
too.
too,
Yeah, I
but-
mean that's it. It's too big for Binky anyways, because it's human size.
You'd be
so-
ruining Binky's design.
My
It's
design.
a breastplate though.
Yeah.
There we go. Nikki. Got it.
You,
Lion, you
Oh,
can
God.
move up to the thing, and then you can also access and take it.
you're,
Anyone want the dagger?
No, you can take it.
does it come with a cloak?
Ha.
Thank
I
you.
miss them.
I missed them
Okay,
after
who
you
wants
said
the
you were-
young girl picture?
I'll take it.
You know, I was gonna say after that whole conversation, Tim would probably have turned to Angel. Well, good news. Apparently, that little girl's more likely dead than not. So you didn't make an orphan. You just reunited a family.
Angel will sort of
Like,
smile in a
he
somber
doesn't
manner.
say that. That was a meme.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Tim's not that tactless. Jesus.
It'd be funny though.
It would be funny. That's why I said it. But Jesus.
Binky looks at all the gold that's there.
Considering I was knocked out for the whole fight, I feel kind of bad taking any of this.
Binky, we're gonna put it all together and we'll split up the gold at the end of everything. This is more like what we can use for the adventure.
Well, yeah, I mean, specifically for the money, I was knocked out for a lot of
Yeah,
it. so I
don't
feel
worry
kinda
about
bad.
it. The money will be accumulated at the end for everybody's contribution. We're probably going to get a lot more at that temple, right?
The point I'm trying to get at is I don't think I should take a portion.
It's not a matter of deserve or not.
Becky, we're not going to take any of the gold now. We'll divvy up the gold when we get it all.
Yeah, we're not worrying about it right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it now. We're just going to put that in this big loot chest here.
Alrighty.
If you're ever so persuaded, you could always give me 10 extra. He smiles
She
at
looks
her.
at you, looks at the guy who was stabbed in the leg, looks at you again, her smile never leaving her face. Nah.
He snaps and clicks his tongue.
I'm glad you didn't see the scissoring move.
What do you mean by that?
Ayo.
I know that was meant to be a double entendre for the gag, but when you cut the guy's head off, I just imagined the scissor head cut because you have two swords.
Also, I just want you to know, I never cut his head off. I slit his throat open and coral grew out of it. It's, a lot better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Somehow imagine the head came
pretty,
off still.
It looks prettier. It's true. And we're giving back to nature.
Oh my god,
Oh,
aesthetic.
Right.
I
we
mean,
love aesthetic there.
the rats got
Let's
to eat
decorate
well at
them.
least tonight.
Scissor me timbers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I just realized some of the stuff I added put my weight too high.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, no, never mind. It's good. I was looking at something else. Oh wait, yeah, no, my backpack is too heavy.
Well, you can put it on the cart.
Is this one of those situations? Did you end up grabbing things that you already have? Because we have explorers packs.
Wait a minute. Here's the thing. How can you be too heavy? You have a higher strength than me by a fair margin.
No,
It's the backpack's
it's my
overweight.
yeah, it's a backpack containing.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
How do we do encumbrance in this campaign?
If it hits max, you're over encumbered. That's what I'm running.
Okay.
Yeah, the stand.
'Cause I got 87 pounds of shit on me right now, and I'm nervous.
Dude, I got 114 pounds of shit on me. Like,
I guess then
I have
can I say that?
136.
I guess can I say then that some of the stuff I have in my backpack is in the cart?
yeah, I mean, why
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
you?
fine.
Like, that's what I've just been saying. Some things.
Okay.
The backpack stuff isn't going as long as you don't hit over your threshold of your maximum weight capacity, it's fine.
Yeah.
You could put other thing like your bedroll. Probably it doesn't go in your backpack. It sits on top of your backpack, etc. You put some torches on
okay.
the side of your backpack, sort of thing. That's fine.
In that case,
Does anyone care for the rest of this rope?
You need the 200 feet of rope, Binky?
I mean, I could find a use for a lot of stuff. You never know.
I mean, yeah, go for it if you want to carry it. I mean, this kind of like party rope. Not in that way. Don't, I forget I said anything.
Completed a trade. A person received 17,000 bees. He received 1 bee.
Back to the bees.
I
Totally
think I
like
made
that.
out like a bandit list trade, guys.
I can't believe you condemned us for trading bees in fucking Josh's game, but now you're trading bees in my game. What the fuck?
True.
I live in a glass house, and I'm throwing rocks. Sorry.
But anyways, yeah, feel free to take that breastplate if you want, Line.
Let's go. I love breasts.
hell yeah.
Giggity.
And in
We
my
are-
defense, I condemned you guys for making not for making the trade itself, but for spending 5 minutes laughing at it. I made that trade silent. You're
I'm sorry
the one
that it's
who laughed.
funny. What do you want from me?
No, I'm talking to fucking Storm. He's the one that laughed.
Actually, it was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he laughed in my stead.
Yeah, we'll just shove the rations in the cart. And then the rest just goes in the cart, eh, guys? I don't think we... Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What are you gonna say, Theo?
I might be having a forge issue.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Restart.
Did you
Minecraft.
refresh?
Yeah, I did refresh because I couldn't load the images for
Oh.
some reason.
Okay. That's fine. I will need to swap it
Also-
over later.
No one
Don't
wants
refresh.
the scimitars or short bows, I assume.
Carly, can you take a screenshot of that trade?
Well, I took one of the short bows.
Oh, I got it, and I sent it to Velocity.
I do not want the short bows or
Is that what you
scimitars.
wanted it for?
They would
I was
ruin my
gonna send it
aesthetic.
to someone, but there's no
Oh.
images for you either. I thought it was me.
I actually want to take a
Okay.
short bow too, if possible.
Send it
No,
to
Yeah, go for it,
no,
Nikki.
go ahead and take it. I'm just saying any metal thing that we don't need, I will recycle into pure.
Well, short bows have no
points.
metal on them, so...
Yeah.
I was thinking of crossbows.
Yes,
bad.
short bows are just string and wood.
Yeah, but I would take the scimitars and recycle them.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, take all the metal stuff for the recycling. Go for it.
Just offering them to others. Nope, not 41. There we go.
I don't think anything else is something people can use.
People take the amulet.
I mean, you could recycle that too,
I'll nab it.
technically.
I'll
Just-
nab it.
I mean, there's 3 of them, right? We could technically have 1 each.
There was 3 of them. Why is there 1 now?
It was 1 the entire time, Storm. You never had 3 in there. You just told me there was 3.
Oh, oopsie.
I'm also
I
gonna
also
take
need
the
it.
torches.
Let me change it so you know what it is now.
Yeah, I was the one that asked you if there was 3, because there was only 1 in the sheet.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, actually, could I cast detect magic on the bag? See if there's anything in it of interest that's
The
might be-
bag.
The item, the loot. Yeah, we did that earlier,
loot.
Nikki.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we had Lion cast it last session.
Okay, never mind.
Because the whip I have is magical, and that's how we found out. Which is why I want it. It's +1 whip.
I already added the currency to the party sheet, just in case someone added it,
Oh,
like the wagon
actually,
or something.
Tim, since you got a new whip, could I have your old one?
Oh, what do you mean, Pinky? Of course my granddaughter can have my old whip.
Oh, yeah. Grandfather?
Holds out hand.
How do you do the trade anyways? Do I just drag it over to Pinky?
It's the bottom left request trade.
Oh, there it is. I see it. I got it, D.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay.
Okay, Oh. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Hey. Nikki, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I'll give you... Boop. There you go, Nikki.
Thank you.
She's gonna take a crack at it. Ha ha, get it? Ha ha
No.
ha. Whips at the air.
I'd imagine I laugh so hard if you nat one and end up whipping yourself.
I cast Power Word Kill on Nikki specifically.
No! I crack it and smack myself in the face. Ow!
Pink! No, you gotta be little... It's all in the wrist!
Whatcha?
You know, just for shits and giggles, like Tim goes behind Binky and does that whole thing where you try to teach someone how to do things.
Like the fish, like with like a.
Yeah, like the sensual thing where you like hold them and try to teach them to gag.
Oh my god! Of course
Behind
he
her
would.
back, holding
Yeah,
her
oh,
wrist.
exactly.
Oh, okay, okay. So it really is just like a flick of the wrist sort of motion.
Huh. That trade broke my sheet.
Why?
Uh-oh.
What did it do?
Double look at my sheet. It just broke.
It's fine to me. I don't.
You might have to refresh these.
Yeah, I do,
Can you
but
send a screenshot? Don't refresh.
no, it's
Oh.
just blank. Like my all my icons don't have any images. I can't see my token image on my sheet.
Yeah, that's why I
Ah.
reloaded my
Yeah, it's
thingy.
just work through it. Everyone's experiencing it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
think
just
it's
the
because
images.
I'm hitting the limit of the transfer rate of things, so I need to swap it over.
Yeah, we could do that quick. Take a 5-minute and swap it over.
I think it takes.
Actually, I
longer
did
than
wanna
5 minutes,
ask-
That's the issue.
It takes a little bit longer than 5 minutes, but I can sort it out.
Do it next session or
I'm-
like between.
Yeah, I can always do it next session. It depends how people are feeling, because it's been, what, 3 hours?
Yeah, I was gonna ask how much longer the session was.
Up
I'm
to
good
you
keep
guys.
going, but
I mean,
to
we
I'm
want to
good
do a
to
long. We
continue.
just do a long rest and then we'll take care of it next week.
I'm kind of hitting mental capacity. I might
Yeah.
head off soon.
That's valid.
Hey, well, I say the best thing then is let's do our long rest and do any camp scene RP we want, and pick it up next week with going into the place. Right? Then we got the full session for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we can just do that. You don't need to worry about. You just do your long rest, do your RP, and
Hmm. Personally, I feel like I would have more energy for roleplay and stuff next week.
next week.
I was
But
thinking that too.
granted, I don't know if anybody else still has juice and wants to do a scene. I'm just saying that I don't think that the roleplay will take very long before we get into the action of things.
You never know with this group. You
Yeah.
never.
No,
know.
well,
We can
well,
just
no.
do
I just
a
mean
night, like.
I
And
mean,
then
okay,
start
if there's
with-
anyone who has energy to do one, you can do a scene. But
Yeah.
if there's people who want to do it next week, you can do it next week.
I'll
Makes
save mine
sense.
for next week. My energy levels are low.
Sounds good.
yeah.
Well, next week, like, do you guys want to start before the night's over next week, or do we want to start like with the new day next week?
I think we
I would
want to
assume
do
before
during
the
our
night's over.
watches next week because I know Nikki
Yeah.
at least wanted to do a scene with Tim still.
What's the watch order? I assume this is also going to be what's the RP pairings
Yeah,
or
so-
whatever.
Shathar's gonna be out for at least another 3 hours. How that affects watches is up to everyone else.
I mean,
Is he out
Yeah.
like traveling?
I mean, I'm not sure you know, but he is out.
I guess
Out in the
Angel
woods.
Angel would have told everyone once he gets back why Shathar's not with him alongside the others.
What does he actually say? Like, how specific does he go?
He's dead.
He would. That does sound fun. However, Angel would most likely just say he's gonna take a little bit of time. Seems to be all broody, but I don't know.
Oh no!
He'll be fine. He just wants to be left alone with his little homemade forge. I've got Pesto over there to make sure that at least someone will report to me if something goes awry. That's all.
That's a potential second RP then I might be interested in.
Think he's gonna sneak off in the woods to harass you
Oh.
there.
God.
Yeah, because
No.
someone could potentially talk to him. It's not gonna be Angel.
Binky will try.
Oh, great. Can't
Oh, I
wait.
can't wait to see that.
Please.
Shitha comes back, Binky doesn't.
She's gonna make one remark about his body, and he's going to throw her into the floor.
We just
That's
fucking
what I
come,
was thinking.
unmarked
I
grave.
come back just like completely unrelated, guys. I'm making a second character.
Shitha comes back. I found a material. It's called flesh.
She just comes back, but completely bald with all of her hair singed off.
No!
Not the hair.
Not the hair!
Baldy.
You can kill my character, but you can't ruin my
take my
character's
hair.
image.
Yeah.
I know, it's the artist's worst nightmare. Get
You can
fucked.
take her life, you can't take her hair.
I guess I will say though, definitely, like, I didn't feel it until I realized after the matter, but yeah, we definitely stayed inside of that interrogation scene for way too fucking long.
Yeah.
I really, I already hate it when I'm like in situations that are just like, oh, nobody's talking because everybody else is doing stuff. But I again, I was in it. I was it was in the moment, and then afterwards, I'm like, so I don't know if there's like ways that we can kind of avoid doing that in the future for people, because you know, I want
It's
people to
more
play
like
the
you-
game.
It's more like it was the 3 of the interrogations, which I just didn't
Yeah,
expect.
I guess I'm just thinking, like, you know, maybe in the future, if that happens, it can be more of like, maybe more role based as opposed to RP based. So we can like, if we do all 3, we can just like go like bam, bam, bam.
Basically, what I was
Or-
doing at the end there was like, can I just make a roll and
Yeah.
get the info I need?
Yeah,
I think a lot of it also was the RP based stuff gives you a lot of insight onto the cultists as
Yeah,
well.
like
which
the
was
RP
why
was
I
important. Yeah, I mean the RP was important.
is-
Otherwise, we wouldn't be feeling guilty right now.
which is why like another idea maybe is that like maybe in the future if we have interrogations we can make it to where it's only one person as opposed to the other, and we can
That's-
just kind of say the others are afraid / unconscious / etc. You know,
That's what I would think is I would have had it be just the first one and then the like lady, the boss.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was still enjoying Tim losing his goddamn mind over.
I was like, you are preaching to the wrong crowd, buddy.
No, he wasn't preaching. He's just calling them idiots.
I think that there's room for
They're
both.
just fanatics.
Yeah,
What?
like he was rubbing his temples because it's like you're like what you're saying is like clearly there's a contradiction here.
I guess this isn't so much as a criticism, but I'm like, does Tim give much of a fuck about people being silly stupid? I think if anything, he actively benefits.
Oh,
off
he
of people
benefits
being
from silly stupid, but he doesn't like violence, so that's the problem.
Okay.
Like if
The
these
only reason
people
why
were
I
just
ask
being,
is-
if these people were like being scammed, like he'd be okay. But they're trying to go murder a bunch of people, and that's where he was having a problem.
The reason why I ask is because, like, I know that that's
Also,
at least something that I think happens a lot sometimes, is like you do tend to like to poke at the logic of a given situation or thing through your character, which I don't think in essence is wrong for the matter. I was just like that's kind of what I had seen it as. It was just like
well, no,
he
that
does
was
not
Tim
agree with this line.
trying. No, that was Tim trying to. Basically, why Tim was poking holes at the logic for it was he was trying to poke holes to see if he could gain more info by catching them in a lie was part of it, or to see them to see if they like, okay, so you realize this, and this, right? And if they realize that it wasn't, they might have went, oh shit, right? Like sometimes poking a hole in the enemy's logic makes them give away more details.
True.
Right, and
Unfortunately, these are cult these are
Well,
cult followers.
but
people who thrive in not critical thinking.
Yes, but by doing so, because of the Binky, Tim, and like the combo work, we did get information for Gan and Stromus of them being sympathetic and make them rethinking their lives, thus getting more info.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we can do like one main guy, and then we can maybe do like roles for like smaller things.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
But
like overall, the RP was good.
Smaller
I just
guys.
want to make sure. Yes.
Yeah, we're not spending too long, and I agree.
Tiny little itty bitty guys, but like ultimately, it's like the RP was great. I just want to make sure that everybody has a chance to get their say so in, because I feel genuinely guilty that everyone kind of just
Judah,
sat on the
also,
wayside.
you are overthinking it. If people really had a problem, they would speak up. I was enjoying just listening to y'all. And
Okay, I'm just projecting because I'm a little meek little baby, so
that's
I
why
would
I'm
want...
reassuring you that you're overthinking it, and it was fun.
Okay.
I think the only thing I would say is just like I agree, like a lot of the RP was really, really good, but I think there was a common thread of like lingering on the same topic, even though we already got a response. So I think that caused a lot of stuff that could have been shorter to extend much longer than needed.
Yeah, it was kind of like the rehamming of the like stuff of like, hey, you guys are idiots. I'm like, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't know any
Yeah.
better. They're grunts at the end of the day.
Okay, but yeah, so I think that's like a... Without overthinking it, I think just like generally speaking, though, we can all agree that the interrogation scene went on too long, and that maybe we should focus on like one person, maybe do some roles for others.
Well, that's it. This comes out. We should probably do some more rolls as well. It was just that we need more rolls to see if we get info right away.
Yeah.
That's where I gave you a shit ton of rolls. I think a lot of it was just like the rolls were good, so I just gave you the information forthright. Like a lot of the information just kind of came freely.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the rolls didn't happen till at the end of the interrogation storm, right? Like, and I asked for them, right? Like, remember?
No, well, the first two you asked for. I guess you asked for a specific thing, what you wanted to do, but as for information, you had to ask specifically what you wanted.
Yeah.
And a lot of it came through the RP of what the questions you were asking.
Exactly. I mean, the RP was somewhat important. Like, I agree with Nikki. There was the circular logic thing, but that's mostly because of the comedy of it, right? But and that's it. Like, there was the circular talking points. But again, like, they were idiots, and yeah, exactly. And moving past that is a part of it.
That's when Angel quite literally was just like, all right, let's move ahead.
Yeah.
But okay. Little things that I enjoyed. First of all, Lion. It was I enjoyed hearing Shathor viscerally annoyed and or defensive with Angel. That was great. Very much it's just like, hands off. I won't continue to make fun of you, because out of anybody else, I'm positive you will hurt me if I continue talking with you. I'll give you your space.
It's good to have at least one person in the party who can contain Angel.
What's it called? Nikki, I love Binky's shenanigans so much.
Ooh.
And the way that Binky and Tim continue to play off of one another is great. I don't know if you're still there, Carly, but Apricity is like I don't know how to put it. She's not Mama Bear, she's Mama Fox. Is the vibes that I'm kind of getting.
I don't know about that.
Oh no, I appreciate the depth of which she seems to care for Thea at the very least, and sort of at the same time, Alyssa.
It's like, I care about these people. Everyone else, fuck off.
No, but I think that's fun. I find that very fun. And also her thing of like, I'm sad now. I'm gonna go elsewhere so I don't feel sad. Do you guys want to come?
Yes, and that'll continue because she will not talk to anyone other than Thea for like, a little while. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Prepare to be outright ignored if you speak to her. Unlucky.
No different than usual. Understood.
I love apricity.
I love Cunty Fox. The Cuntress.
Auntie Fox with a handbag. Nice. But yes, overall though, I had fun this session.
Thanks for the session, Storm.
Yee.
No problem.
Yeah, it was fun making that one